Hi guys, welcome back to the Used Car Buyer's Guide. In this segment, we try to advise you on which car to buy, what to look out for, and maybe how to spot a good deal. Now, before we go any further though, I would like to invite you to visit our website at www.piston.my for daily news such as this. We update it quite extensively on all of the happenings on the local Malaysian level as well as global automotive news. So find out about the latest launches or the latest rumors about almost every car maker in the world. And now about the used cars segment. In this segment, I would like to talk to you about buying a used family SUV. Now I have identified 10 good deals that I think you could possibly look out for. Anyway, it's a good time to actually buy a used car simply because waiting times can be quite painful. I hear that the waiting period for a new Honda HR-V, for example, it's somewhere between the 7 to 8 month period. I wouldn't like to wait that long for a new car, so that's why it's probably worth looking at a used car at the moment. However, before I go any further, quick word from our sponsor. Hey guys, we would just like to take a couple of seconds to tell you about BH Petrol's Infinity RON95 Euro 4M. Now this is unlike any other petrol out there because it features advanced German additives. What these additives do is that they go into your engine, they clean out all the deposits that have formed inside your engine from years before. And if you continue using Infinity RON95 Euro 4M from BH Petrol, you're basically ensuring that your engine continuously runs clean. But not only that, BH Petrol's RON95 Euro 4M also features 90% reduced sulfur. That's a 90% reduction in sulfur, guys. That is not only great for your engine, but it's wonderful for the environment. So the next time you pour BH Petrol, know that you're making the right choice. Now, the first car that I'd like to talk to you about is a used Toyota Corolla Cross. Now, the V spec is available in somewhere around the 123,000-124,000 region. Now, I'm looking on carlist.my. Of course, there are others as well, but I wouldn't want to waste your time simply because I think this is currently the best used car website. No, we are not paid by Carlist. This is just a credit for their pure hard work. So they are friends of ours over there, so we are just crediting them for work well done. So I always build my dreams and visit my dream cars and such on carlist.my, so that's hence why they got quite an extensive selection as well. So the Toyota Corolla Cross is undoubtedly a good car. It's of course a Toyota, and it's somewhere around it's quite a new car, maybe about a year and a half old at the moment, so you can probably come across some really good deals. The only thing about the Toyota Corolla Cross is it can be slightly on the smaller side, especially when you compare it against the likes of a Proton X70. So, but 124,000 region is actually not a bad deal, and you do not have to deal with that much wear and tear. So look out for a used Toyota Corolla Cross, especially if you maybe only have 3 or 4 people to carry around on weekend getaways and such. I actually quite like it, and anyway, you can't go wrong with the Toyota. The next on our list is a used Honda CR-V. Now this is actually a great car. It checks almost all of the boxes, right? It's big, it's comfortable. I do think that the seats are a little, the padding of the seats is a bit thin, so it can be a little uncomfortable over long distances. Also, it has a lot of glass, so that is great in terms of making the interior feel roomy. Not like it is not roomy, it is actually quite spacious in there. But it has a little bit of a greenhouse effect, so get a good tint. Other than that, depending on the year that you're looking for, this is a 2023 model for 138,900 ringgit. It doesn't say which variant this is, but anyway, either way, you are going to be getting a good deal. However, some of the older variants, like 2 or 3 years old, maybe give it a once over, make sure it has been serviced extensively. A lot of these cars would have local service records, so reach out to your local authorized Honda dealership and try to look at the records. Absorber mountings, bushings, of course, maybe not that much because it's still quite a new car. Make sure it's serviced on time and make sure that it's not an accident. It's not been involved in an accident. A local Honda dealership should be able to give you a once over. I really like the Honda CR-V simply in terms of spaciousness. It's a great car for a family. Now the next one is a used Perodua Iris 1.5X for 65,888. Now this is not really an SUV, this is an MPV, but this is again another great car, especially if you have a large family, or you can even run a business out of this car. If you're into stealing cows, you could steal a cow with this car. But it's that spacious, meaning, and you really can't go wrong with the Perodua, right? There's a lot of places where you can go and get it serviced and such. So, and the Perodua Iris, the only thing that you probably need to look out for is to make sure that it's not one of those Grab cars, because a lot of Grab drivers like to pick up an Iris for airport runs and such. So people that buy an Iris to drive Grab with are probably looking for long distance journeys to KLIA and such. So if you are coming across a Perodua Iris, just make sure it's been serviced properly. Again, just like the Honda CR-V, your local Perodua dealership should be able to help you look up the service records. The other thing is that you can look out for is that owner's manual that comes with the servicing booklet. So make sure that it has all the right stamps, the signages and everything. You really can't go with a Perodua Iris, and at 65,888, I think it's a grand deal. In fact, it still has plastics on the seats, so it might be actually new. Again, what the dealer would have done is probably just buy a car, go through the entire waiting period for you, and then sell it as a used car. A lot of them do that. Now the next car in my recommendation list is a used Mazda CX5 2.5 Turbo. Now this is a used 2022 model and it's available for 168,000 ringgit. Now I have a CX5 2.5T, which is basically this model, and I really like it. It's a bit on the smaller side, especially as my family grows. There's no doubt that the back seats especially can get a little bit tight, especially if you have a child and you're using a baby seat. So it can be a little bit cramped at the back there. I have to say that. But it offers an amazing driving experience. If you are into driving experiences and you want a nice, powerful car, 220 horsepower on this thing, about 450 Newton meters, it's a splendid car to drive, especially on the highways. It's brilliant. The torque is immense, but the only thing that you have to know is, actually a couple of things that you have to know is, it can be quite thirsty because it's a full-time all-wheel drive car. So if you don't mind that and you're into a great driving experience, which I think is a fair trade-off, so yes, the 2.5T checks those boxes. But one of the common problems of the CX5 2.5T is the exhaust valve seal. Now this is not something that Burma's Auto has openly declared, but apparently it's quite a common issue. Even my 2.5T was unfortunately sent in to replace the exhaust valve seal. So that is a common problem. Look out for that. A lot of these cars, actually all of the Mazda CX-5s come with 5-year warranties. So this is a 2022 model, so it still has 3-year warranty on it. So it's a 3-day repair. Anyway, it should be covered under warranty. Look out for that. Now, the thing about the exhaust valve seal is it consumes engine oil. So if you're driving long distances a lot, so this will unfortunately consume engine oil, and you'll just get a notification that your engine oil is low. One way around that is to carry engine oil in the car if you can't fix the exhaust valve seal. Ever since I fixed it though, I've never had issues. I've had this car for about 1.5 years now. Love it. No dramas except for the exhaust valve seal. Other than that, I think it's brilliant. Again, now another Perodua on the list is the Perodua Ativa. Now this is of course a smaller SUV. So again, if you're budget conscious, you have a small family, you want an SUV, 69,800 ringgit for a used 2022 Perodua Ativa is not a bad deal, I think. It is of course on the smaller side. The 1.0 liter engine is designed for efficiency, so if you're into power, this may not be your thing. But as compared to if you have a family, maybe the Arus earlier would have been a good deal. But if you like the design of the Ativa, which actually I kind of do, it's really a good steal at the moment. Now, the following car is a Toyota Fortuner. Now, this is a cheap man's Range Rover. Now, this is the car that can do it all, take you to the end of the world. If you want a car that will, drive from KL to London, this is the car that will do it for you. This is basically an unbeatable car. It's huge, so that means it's spacious. It comes with a diesel engine. Now I have another car with a diesel engine as well, so I'm always very conscious about what type of diesel that I put in, Euro 5 only. So actually it's quite easy to maintain a diesel engine, and once you start getting into the groove of it, you'll realize that diesels simply make a lot of sense. Now I get about 900 kilometers on a full tank of diesel. It's brilliant. So Toyota Fortuner, great to check all those boxes for family. If you're spending a lot of time on the car, a lot of time on the road, over bad roads, or if you're worried about floods, which we KL folk get a lot, the Toyota Fortuner is the ultimate answer. Now, a 2022 model, 168,800 ringgit, I think it's brilliant. You simply cannot go wrong with a Toyota Fortuner. Now, the next on the line in the recommendation list is a used previous generation Honda HR-V. Now, this is a good car that has been tried and tested. Of course, it doesn't have all of the features that you may want, but the later generation models did come with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and such. So it's basically, it almost has it all. The thing is, it's basically a smaller car, actually quite significantly smaller than the latest generation HR-V. So you may want to look out for that. But the boot is actually quite spacious. So if you have young kids, and again, you're budget conscious and you want a car that is available immediately, a used Honda HR-V is not a bad deal actually, especially the previous generation models. The later models such as this 2022 model, you can buy it at a steal, and because they're tried and tested engines, there's not much that can go wrong with the Honda HR-V. And this is basically the later variants, so they do come with manufacturer warranty as well, so there's not much for you to worry about. So guys, these are our recommendations for used family SUVs. Let me know what you think about it. If I do, of course, this is just our recommendation. There are tons of great used cars out there, but in terms of spaciousness, family friendliness, drivability and reliability, we feel that these are the best cars for your recommendation. Thank you for watching. Do consider subscribing.